Did I do it? Did I do it? I think I did. Please tell me I'm on the right. Okay. Finally, I got my Instagram to work. So I'm on my Girl Stop Dieting Instagram, personal Facebook page, I hope. Lord have mercy. I know I'm also streaming in my group. So I have an iPad and I had to set up streaming for this app. It's, oh my gosh. I'm kind of tech challenged sometimes. Anyone else? Anyone tech challenged here? So for some reason I cannot see comments, but, oh yes, I can now. When you hop on, say hello. And the first thing I want you to do is drop any weight loss questions that you have in the chat, because at the end, I will do a little question answering if there are any questions. Can everyone hear me? Can y'all hear me? It looks like it's working, so I'm a little nervous, but we're just going to go with it. I've done entire lives before, gotten to the end and been like, yep, there was no audio. Like, literally no one knows what I said that whole time. Like 40 minutes. Leslie, can you hear me? Hey! Okay, good. I think it's working. Leslie, I just recorded something for you and I'm going to send it in email tonight before I go home. Hi from Canada. You can hear me. All right, perfect. So I have notes over here to keep me on track because, as y'all know, I will start talking about rain randomly when the focus is weight loss tonight. So, yeah, if I look over, I'm just looking at notes. My name is Brianne Bear. I have been on a journey since November 9th, 2018. We are 1 week out. Next Wednesday will be my 4-year anniversary. That is insane. Okay, 4 years. November 9th is when I started this journey. And so for anyone who's new here, I know those of you who've been here, you know my journey, but I have to repeat it every time because there's always new people. I started then, lost 120 pounds, went from keto to non-diet approach. And while I don't use a diet approach, I have a method. I have a framework, if you will. And I've actually been creating guides all day. Well, not all day. Yesterday I created a couple. Today I created a couple. Anyone who's in my program gets those guides. Anyone who's not in my program and you might want the guides, I will absolutely figure out a price for them if you want them. It is not my entire food framework, but it gives you a lot on how to eat, basically, to actually lose weight and not diet. So personally, I think that it is probably a 10% improvement from where you are if you're trying to lose weight. You were, Leslie? Oh, good. There's more coming. But it can, like, if you have all the other stuff down, you're like, yeah, I don't really need your full program because I have everything else down. I have the mindset, I just don't really know what to eat. That would be for you. If you need to do a lot of the deeper inner work, it wouldn't necessarily be for you because that's actually what we're going to talk about. Let me get into that. So there's so many different reasons people say the words, I need to lose weight. Like, it may be you feel uncomfortable in your clothes. It may not even be weight related at all. You may feel like, hi, Facebook user. Who said, hey, beautiful? It just says Facebook user. I'm sorry. You may feel lethargic. You may have all this other stuff going on. But there's this weird feeling that we get as females, especially, that is like, I don't know why, but I need to lose weight. I feel like frumpy. I feel like it just feels, you feel bloated maybe. Again, clothes are fitting tight. You may be inflamed. A lot of different things will make you, oh, hi, Melissa. Aw, hello, beautiful lady. So you get this feeling, right? This overall, like, I need to lose weight. And that's what your focus is. So with that, it's usually a sequence of events that gets you there. There's usually, like, one of the action steps. I'm going to give you action steps at the end of this video. And I'll just tell you one up front right now. One of those is to check your dieting throughout, like, your last 5 years. And then to check like what was going on in your life when you were dieting. Because oftentimes we get this feeling like I need to lose weight. We go on a diet, right? We start restricting our food. We're following like keto, paleo, some kind of diet. And we don't realize that it's like other stuff going on. We also may not realize it, but it could be your gut health making you feel bloated. Therefore, you feel like you need to lose fat, not understanding that your gut is off, misaligned, your microbiome's all messed up, leads to bloating, leads to you feeling fat when it's just inflammation in your gut. Further, like, and then beyond that, there's stress in your body, leading to systemic inflammation. So yeah, there's all kinds of different reasons you may feel the need to lose weight. But here's what typically happens, right? And we've all been down this path. We've all sang this same tune. We do the diet route. We do the, okay, I'm going to start going to the gym, heavy exercise, like every single day. The problem is and this is not the case for everyone, but a lot of times your body's already in stress. Like you may have the inflammation, the gut health, whatever. We go on this diet and then we start like lifting weights, for example, or we go into like high intensity workouts. Well, a lot of people don't realize it, but you're actually just piling on cortisol. You are further inducing the stress response. Many of us as women are basically in a permanent stress response. Did y'all know that? Like if you I posted a thing the other day and I can't for the life of me think of all the symptoms, or like not symptoms, but like for example, always staying busy, always needing to like be doing something. That can be a stress response. And it can mean and there's all these other parts too. But it can mean that you're in fight or flight all the time. Therefore, your cortisol is always elevated, leading to inflammation systemically in your body, leading to gut health issues. That can start to set off your thyroid. So we jump into a diet. This is just a hypothetical. Let's say that this is what's going on. And then somebody like that with that inflammation, gut health issues, jumps into a diet. They start restricting. They're not taking in enough calories. The body is further stressed, right? And we are basically trying to throw this Band-Aid on. The initial belief is, I need to lose weight. The reaction to that belief is like almost immediately, okay, diet starts tomorrow, right? Diet starts tomorrow. Yes, the stressors. Like people don't think about, well, what do I need to do to get these stressors out of my life? Yeah. We throw a Band-Aid solution on these things, right? Like who has ever just felt fat? You guys know the feeling. I feel fat today. Like I feel fat. And so the next day it's like, I'm on a diet. The minute you wake up, you're cutting celery and carrots in the kitchen and that's all you're eating for breakfast. And then it's like kale and spinach for lunch. And you go on the most super restrictive diet. The biggest issue with this is the Band-Aid. I call it a Band-Aid. But I want you to actually think about it. So I put this really cool metaphor. Where is it? Hold on. I don't know where it went. Maybe that's for tomorrow. I have a live plan for tomorrow too. Man. Another thing we do though, over here. Okay, listen. So we have these imbalances. These imbalances lead to like emotions. You have stress that comes out as emotions. You may become angry. You may become frustrated. And it's kind of like pouring Drano down a drain that is blocked with like metal. You lost like a huge screw or bolt or something down there. And you're pouring Drano down the drain because you don't know exactly what's down there, right? So you're pouring the Drano, you're like, dang, this drain will not clear up. Like the water will not go down. Every day you're getting Drano. Every single day you're buying more and more Drano. Like you literally should just buy stock at this point. And every single day you're putting the Drano down, you're putting the Drano down, you're putting the Drano down. Nothing is freaking happening. Because you didn't take the time to actually get the flashlight out. Like, go over, look down the drain with the flashlight and see what's in the drain. Right? Oh, yeah, Melissa, absolutely. The more, like, women need to eat more. I'll just say that. We need to eat more collectively. Yeah, we do. You want the Drano to dissolve whatever's in the drain. But the drain blockage is literally metal. It cannot be dissolved with Drano. I don't know, does anything, like maybe some kind of acid. So it's permanently blocked. And so you're plunging, you're Dranoing, plunge, Drano, plunge. You might take the snake thing and shove that down there. What are all of these things? Essentially, Band-Aids. So it is to me, it's like the perfect freaking metaphor for a weight loss journey. The Drano metaphorically represents the dieting. We're pouring Drano down. Nothing's freaking happening, but we keep pouring and we keep pouring and new one tomorrow. Oh, that didn't work for one day. Another one tomorrow. That didn't work for one day. We're going to try diet number 3 on day 3. We want these instant results, and you're not going to get results from dieting anyway. But, or at least results that won't last. Maybe the edges start to melt off of this metal blockage, nut, bolt, whatever, that's stuck in your freaking drain. Maybe the edges, so like a tiny bit of water goes through. That might be that 1 or 2 pounds of water weight that comes off, right? Because you start eating kale and spinach and nothing else. Chicken. So like a little bit starts to come off. But essentially the metal's not moving. It's not going anywhere. So the metal is almost like the weight issue that you think you have or that you have. I mean, there can be multiple things going on. The Drano is the dieting. So then you're plunging. The plunging is the products. It moves the metal a little bit. Like you really give her some. The metal moves a little. It's like, what's that word? Dislodged like a tiny bit. So a little more water gets through, a little on the side, like a little, And you're like, you've got some hope. Okay. Yeah. Within 2 days, it's clogging right back up again. Y'all ever had a toy from a child stuck in your sinks? Because I have had that happen many times. Bronson, notorious for putting action figures down the sink, down the whole thing, right? And no matter what you do, you have to get it out. You either have to, like I've had to go under, screw off the thing down under the sink. What is that called? The U-joint or whatever. Pull that out, tip it over, get the action figure out, or reach down in there with something long enough like tweezers. If it's close enough to the top, pull it out. Like it's a process. But if you don't identify what is in the drain, you don't know if Drano can do anything for it at all. And chances are Drano is not going to work 90%. Like Drano only works if it's like hair. Maybe your kid put some slime down there. They've done that too. Drano does work on slime. We just had to do that one like a week ago. So until you can actually reach down with an apparatus that can claw that sucker, that can get fingers or some kind of grip around the metal enough to hold it, and then be stable enough to like hold that piece of metal until it comes up through the sinkhole and out of the sink, until you find an apparatus that is capable of that, you are essentially Band-Aid, 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 Band-Aid. Does this sound familiar to anyone? So here's the thing. The people that I personally, want to work with, the people that I want to have in my program are people that are so beyond the Drano. They're done with the Drano. They have committed to never buying Drano again. They're done with, and you don't have to be done necessarily with, what was the other thing that I said? The products. I can't remember what I compared it to. But if you are depending on products to get weight off, it will always come back. Your body becomes accustomed to ingredients. You may end up having to take a double dose of something after time. And if you don't know how to lose weight without products, you don't know how to lose weight at all, unfortunately. And that's not a reality that you want, because then the product literally is a Band-Aid. And the problem is we're putting these Band-Aids over wounds that are gaping. They are gaping. Yeah, and so like you do have to put in the work, Melissa. You're so right. And people don't want to like put the work in to find the apparatus that is going to go down into the drain to wrap around the metal enough to be able to pull it out. That is work. You have to figure out maybe the dimensions. What size is your drain? So what size does the apparatus have to be in? What kind of claw suction freaking thing do you need? Like, that is work. You're going to have to do some research. You're going to have to maybe measure things. You might have to get up under the sink. Try and pull the U-joint out. Try and dump it out. It's a lot of work, and it's dirty work. And it's the kind of work that people avoid because it is dirty work. Like, you're literally getting your hands dirty, and metaphorically, that is the emotional part, the inner work that you have to do to figure out why you got to this place that you're in right now in the first place. I did a reel on this morning, and I said essentially your perception has to change because everyone's looking at weight loss like diet, fitness, boom, we'll solve the problem fast. But if you don't dismantle the habits that got you to the point that you're at where you're unhappy, where you feel fat, even if you're not like dealing with a real fat issue, if you're dealing with inflammation, you still have to figure out that cause, what got you to the point where you're inflamed like you are, holding on to weight, holding on to fat because of all the inflammation, so what got you there? If you don't dismantle that, if you don't dismantle the habits, if you don't reprogram your mind, if you don't put the work in, unfortunately, you're stuck with Drano, and that's it. And so I don't know how many years it would take for Drano to melt cold, hard metal from a drain. But I dare say it'd be like a lifetime. And so that is why it is such a good metaphor, because it will literally be a lifetime of trying to attack a weight issue from a diet perspective, from a fitness perspective, without getting to the habits and the cause for the habits. So Melissa earlier said stressors. The word stressors is super important because a lot of the reason that we have that women hold on to weight is because of stress. Yeah, we just identified something there. Cool, but what's the stressor? Until you get rid of the stressor, the trigger, you've done nothing, unfortunately. Like, do you see how this is deep inner work? This requires work. People quit on themselves all the time. People that succeed in my program put in the work. They come to the calls just once a week. Like, I see people that succeed, people that don't succeed, people that stay stuck, and I could tell them exactly why they stay stuck. People that stop showing up after like 1, 2, 3 weeks. People that aren't willing to talk about their pain and the habits and the stressors and the causes of what got them there. People that aren't willing to get their emotions out. People that aren't willing to heal their gut, heal their mind, heal their nervous system, reduce the stress. Those are people that will forever be pouring Drano down a drain with a metal blockage, and it will forever be freaking impacted. And it's sad, to be quite honest, because there is a solution for weight gain. There is a solution for plateaus. There is a solution for the frustration that you feel, and you like have so much hope this time of year, right? Like November, the new year is coming and the hope is starting to come back up. You're like, no, I really think I could do this. But unfortunately, most people just jump to the Band-Aids. Well, I'll just go get a product. That'll be fine. I'll just go get the product. I'll start a diet. And within 6 months, max, they're right back to square one or in a worse off position. This is my like, what do you call it? Like, soapbox. It will forever be my, not soapbox, but like the hill I'm willing to die on. Whatever you want to call it. This is what separates me from the fitness coaches, from the girls in the bikinis strutting their ish around, trying to sell you macros. Baby, I tell you truth. I tell you how it really works. Because those little girls in their bikinis selling you macros and meal plans, they've never lost 120 pounds. Because, honey, they've barely ever been 120 pounds. They don't know what it's like. They can't take you from, 200 plus or whatever to whatever your goal weight is. They've never done it. They've never felt, a lot of these people out here, they've never felt what it's like to be fat. They don't know what that's like. They've never hated their body. So I'm willing to be that very polarizing person on the other side of the spectrum like this, and I will keep doing it because I was on the other side promoting these. Meth just didn't work. And God willing, like, I will say this. I have always been transparent, and I have never told people, just use the product, don't change how you eat. Never in my life have I said that. I have always said, don't eat a lot of sugar, use your brain when it comes to what you're ingesting. Don't eat like a dickhead and expect to lose weight just because you're using, I have always increase your water, move your body, use the product as a supplement, because that's what it is. It's a supplement to your lifestyle. But people will spend so much money starting with step 4 when they haven't even started the pre-work to step 1, which again, with my metaphor, with the metal blockage in a drain, the pre-work is figuring out the size of the drain, measuring it. And then you have to go to the hardware store and ask the dude, okay, I have metal in my drain. My drain is this size. I need to get something down there to get it out. What do you got? Again, you're going to get dirty in that pre-work process. You're going to get dirty in step 1, 2, and 3. And then maybe once you're ready, emotionally, mentally, you're eating right, you're not binge eating, you have control, you're not dieting, you're not restricting, you're not in that disordered phase anymore. Maybe then you're ready for a product that doesn't promise weight loss, but maybe that can help keep your nervous system at a lower stress level. Like adaptogens, like some nootropics. There are products out there that can be very, very complementary to your weight loss journey, but you have to be in the right phase. Okay? So here's your action steps. Instead of just saying, I need to lose weight, and then going straight to the diet, here's your questions. Get a piece of paper and write these down. These are super important. This is stuff I teach people in my programs, y'all. I'm just giving it to you because I love you. Start with the whole picture of your health. No, do not start with the diet. Start with the whole picture of your health. So this is, how's my gut? Am I going to the bathroom? How is my hair? How are my nails? Are they brittle? Is my hair brittle? Like, do I even have the vitamins I need? Am I eating enough protein? Like, look at your actual health, and then that will tell you. If you think you have a lot of stress, go to the doctor, get labs drawn. Get things like C-reactive protein. Get your cortisol levels. You can get estrogen, progesterone, the female hormones. Get things drawn. Like, don't just continue to put up with a body that constantly feels inflamed or feels fat all the time without checking on everything, right? Like, address your whole picture first. So your health, your gut health, your emotional health, your stress levels, your nervous system. That's the first thing. Start with the whole picture holistically. How is your health? Start there, okay? And then after that, what are the different diets you've tried in the last 5 years? This is going to help you figure some stuff out for yourself. So the diets you've tried in the last 5 years, that's number 2. Number 3 is, did they work? Number 4, what was going on in your life, if you can remember and pinpoint date ranges during the time when you were doing these diets? And are you still doing them? And did they work? And if the answer is you're not still doing them, then they didn't work. Right? So you really want to get some good insight into how effective dieting has really been for you. In order to understand your body, in order to understand why you in particular cannot lose weight, if that's the case for you, you need to get down to the core, like the reason. You need to identify whether diets have or haven't worked for you. Why haven't they worked for you? What was going on that led you into starting that diet? Did you have a wedding coming up? Were you just super stressed? Like, what was it? You're going to maybe find some correlation in there. You're going to maybe find like it was like similar times of the year a lot of times. Like you started on the new year every year, and by March you quit. Okay, so that's it. Those are your action steps. So really getting the whole picture of your health and then assessing your dieting history. Holistic health, dieting history. Tomorrow, make sure you come back around the same time, probably, around 9 p.m. tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah. So 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, we're going to start a diet together. And we are going to talk about what happens when we go on a diet. And then I'm going to also have action steps for you tomorrow. And then on Friday night, y'all, we're going to fall off our diets. And so Friday night, we're going to figure out what happens when you fall off your diet, what you can do, right? And then I'll even be going live. It probably won't be Saturday, but Sunday night. I try not to work on Saturdays. So then Sunday night, I will go live with the scale is up again. So we're starting a diet. Tonight, we decided we're fat. We're starting a diet. Tomorrow, we are falling off the diet. No, I'm sorry. Tomorrow, we start the diet. So we've decided we're starting it. We just think we're fat right now. Tomorrow, we start it. We fall off it. And then we gain weight. So I'm going to take you through all of those steps, what you do when these things actually happen in your life. So make sure every night when you come, so Thursday, Friday, Sunday, 9 p.m.-ish, come back, and I'm going to teach y'all a lot of stuff that you have never heard about weight loss, about dieting, and about maybe like why it hasn't worked for you. So come back, learn, get your action steps, figure out what you can do instead. So I'll meet you back here tomorrow, same time. Love y'all. Bye.